Hello, and welcome to another episode of the
Global
Global
Global Digital
Digital
Success
Success.
Talk.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode. So, today we're going to be talking about building confidence as an entrepreneur, even when you're starting out. So, that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let's introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but according to reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner.
Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Yesenia, but everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm a nurse by professional. I live in Ontario, Canada, but I'm original from Cuba. I also have my business online. I'm a mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. I'm originally from Mexico, but I live in North Carolina, USA. I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a proud digital business owner, and a mentor.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. We also want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register on the webinar, you will receive an email that will send you a link to register for the live webinar. That link will take you to a page that will have two buttons, so either for Tuesday or Thursday, so you can register for either one or for both. You also get a link for the replay, just in case you can attend to the live webinar, which happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So in addition to that, we invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. So you're free to browse around the entire group, and ask questions there to find more information. Okay, so let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from this past Thursday's live webinar.
Okay, so here is our host and panelist from last Thursday's live webinar. If you guys want more information, if you want to learn more about this business plan, please register on the websites on the screen so you can find out more. If you don't have time to attend the live webinar, don't worry. You can always register and we will send you the replay. So last Thursday, we had Jim. Jim is a pastor. We had Jay. Jay is a registered educator. I'm sorry, a resigned educator. We also had Marison Me, she's a retiree, and Eden, a former caregiver.
Okay, so we also have Kia. She's a stay-at-home mom. We have Dana, an IT manager. Tashi, a stay-at-home mom. And Maria, a retired nurse educator. So all these people were on a live webinar last Thursday, April 10th, and they share their journey and why they specifically choose this digital business. So if you want to know how to start your own digital business, just register in any of our links or websites and you will get access to it. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursday, free live webinar. So you will get your link to access to it.
Thank you, Savel. Thank you, Jesse. And we also want to remind everyone that sorry, we want to remind everyone that our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And our replays have subtitles in several languages. Okay, so let's dive into our topic for today. So, what is our topic for today?
Okay, our topic for today is building confidence as an entrepreneur, even when you are just starting out. So, we will dive into this topic today and we will be talking about our own journey in this business and how we started with no experience and we started from zero. And here we are growing every day.
Yeah, that's right. So we want to confidence isn't something we born with. It's something we build. Okay. So let's talk about how to step into your power even if you're starting now. So how to build that confidence. Like Isabel mentioned, we when we started we didn't have that confidence. We had a little bit of confidence, but this is another type of level of confidence that you have to have in this online business. So we're going to teach you how you can start building that confidence. So, like we mentioned, welcome again to another episode of the Global Digital Success Talk. So, today we are speaking to the newer version of ourselves, okay? So, the ones who were just starting out. So, we're going back in history for us, for ourselves. Um, so, feeling excited, but also nervous, uncertain, and maybe even unqualified. So, all this type of feelings, is running through
Mhm.
us once we, start this online business journey. Um, okay, so, okay, but the truth of this is that confidence doesn't come first. Okay, so we always think that, you have to have confidence first before you can take action, but it's the opposite. Okay, the confidence doesn't come first, action does. You take that action, okay, and then that's how you start building the confidence. So confidence is built when you show up, you learn, and you grow, even when we feel unsure. And I think I can relate this to also, when you start a new, well, I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but when every time that I was starting a new production, it was new people that I didn't know. I was excited, but at the same time I was like nervous, like, oh my God, who would I see? It's kind of like when you go to school of a new school, and you're kind of like, okay, who are gonna be my friends? I'm excited, but I'm a little have that fear, So it's kind of the same thing, when we started our online business, it's the same, we're excited, but we don't know about the uncertainty. So in just few minutes, we're gonna be covering the following points.
Today's points. So, why confidence is a skill, not a trait. How to build how to build it step by step, and what worked for us and how we have grown on this journey. So, are you ready? Let's dig in.
Yes. Okay, so let's start with our first point.
Okay, our first point for today, confidence comes from action, not from perfection. Let's be real. No one feels 100% ready when they start. Waiting until you are confident enough usually leads to procrastination. So, and this is so true, we always want to be ready, like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Like we want to have all the inside, all the information, we want to know everything, but we haven't started, and you're not going to get anywhere like that, right? You have to first jump in the water, and then you're going to feel the water. You're going to see if it's cold or if it's hot. You don't know what it feels like until you're in there. So it's the same for this business. We didn't have the answers, but we know that God, we had faith that God had given us this dream because He knew that we could do it. So we had to start somewhere, and we started from nothing, and here we are, right? So here's the points for this. We build confidence by doing the things we are afraid of, bit by bit. And Sandy just touched on a point, and it took me back years back, when she said that it's the same thing when you started a new school. And I was so worried every time I changed schools. I was like, I wasn't afraid of the classroom environment because I knew, that I was going to have other kids around me regardless. What really worried me was like, who am I sitting with at lunch? That was my concern, because I didn't know if I was going to have somebody to sit with, or if anybody wanted to sit with me. So it's the same thing when you start this business. You always are afraid, and you're like, okay, this sounds good. Yes, I can use this. It will be a blessing to me because of my kids. I will have more time for this, more time for that. But, and there we start with all the buts, right? All the things that we have against it. So it's like everything else in life. We're not ready. I remember, like, like I talked so many times before, I have had so many jobs, growing up, because I started working since I was 15. And every time I was changed to a different role, I'll be like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. And in my mind, I could see the other people already doing that, and people that were good at it. I was like, but they're too good and I'm not that good. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it. And I kept giving myself excuses. But once I decided, okay, I don't have a choice. This is what it is. I'm moving up to a new role. So you just have to give everything you have, and we'll see what happens. But the first thing in my mind was, give it everything you have, right? And from there, I knew that if I did that, I was going to do okay. But we a lot of times put so many excuses for ourselves, and that's where everything starts. Procrastination is not believing in yourself and putting the excuses before you actually put your work and your faith and knowing that you can do this, right? So the next one is, every life we show up for, every message we send, every post we publish, those are confidence building steps or reads. Okay, so this is true. When we, like, I take my time to decide what am I gonna post, what am I gonna put on my page, because I'm trying to inspire other women, especially mothers out there, and I'm always thinking about how can I touch other people, how can I inspire them so that they can see that this is possible even when you don't have that background, when you don't have all the answers, when you don't know, you're not tech savvy, right? And that's what I'm trying to do, inspire other women out there with my own testimonial, with my own journey in this business. And when I started this business, I didn't have the answers. In fact, I didn't know anybody in the business. And it's the same, like that feeling, like, who am I sitting with at lunch? It was the same feeling, because I didn't know um, how I was going to do this business without knowing anybody in the inside. But I trusted the feeling that I had inside me, telling me that this was for me and that I was capable of doing it, even though I was, in doubt and fear at that moment. And you just have to do it every day. When you're posting something, when you're sending messages, you just have to have that confidence that, yes, through your story, through your testimonial, you're inspiring and touching other people out there, and you're helping them take that first step and make that first decision to say, okay, if she can do it, I can do it too. Because there's nothing special about me, and if I can do it, anybody can do it too. And then the next one is, confidence is like a muscle, right? The more we use it, the stronger it gets. And again, we're using this because it's true. Like, when I don't know if you guys do any kind of physical activity, but I do biking a lot. I play different sports. And like during the winter, I don't do it so much because I can't really get out there and do it because it's cold. The what do you call it? The tracks are not clean and it's not safe to be out there. But when I go back, like in the spring, when it gets better and I go back out to start doing biking, my legs can't take it. Like I can only do maybe 30 minutes at the most. And I'm like tired. I'm like, I'm done because I haven't done it for so long. So it's the same thing, confidence is going to come with repetition. Confidence is going to come by practice. Every day you do something to where you feel more comfortable, to where that the things that you're doing and the things that you're saying, right? And so that's how you're going to gain that confidence. And by being surrounded by other people that have the same goals in mind as you, people that are going to push you, that are going to challenge you too. And that's how you're going to gain that confidence, by throwing yourself out there and just saying, okay, I'm done with excuses. I'm done with feeling sorry for myself. I'm just going to do it because I need to grow. I need to get better. I need to see a better version of myself. And that's how you're going to do it. And we have an example here. We didn't feel confident on our first video, and you can go back to that, in our pages and see our first video wasn't the greatest, but we were ready to challenge ourselves and to grow. So we were like, okay, enough. We're gonna do this, right? Our first Zoom call, our first business conversation, but we did it anyway, and that's what made the difference. So you're not gonna really see any difference in the things that you're doing, in your day to day, year to year. You're not gonna see any difference unless you actually get out of your comfort zone and start doing something different. Okay, so I do would like to tell you all that it's not easy. Like anything else in life is easy, but it's worth it. It's so worth it that you're going to be thanking yourself for taking action and taking the next step to see that better version of yourself.
Yes, I completely agree with you, Isa. You actually say it really well. Sometimes we need someone to tell us, like, you don't need to be perfect, like confidence come from action, because I think we all been there, and we know this, but we don't have someone to remind us about it. Let's go for examples. It's something that we do. When you are in a school, or like when I was studying to be a nurse, maybe I was not perfect, but I was confident when I was going to a test. Like not about the perfection that get 100%, or you get A+, but I was confident that I will be able to pass. Why? Because I studied. I did a repetition. I did that. Um, I studied, and I knew what I was coming up. I practiced, so my mind knew about it. When you trained and you keep going, maybe you're not perfect, but you know about it. You know what to expect. You can get better at it. And with the time, test by test, like a midterm, or they have tests, or the weekly test, you get better to your final, and then came to the final, and there you go, you pass, you get it done. It's something that we know, but because we are so focused on perfection, so we say we're not ready. Oh, I don't feel confident about it. Oh, I'm not good at it, because we just thinking about the perfection, because that's what they're putting in our minds, that we have to be perfect to get something done, or to be able to do something, and that's not reality. you know Another thing that I love about it is like the point they say confidence is like a muscle. I think that's what we're talking about. The more we use it, the stronger it gets. We're talking about mind, we're talking about muscle, we're talking about repetition. Uh when you get at home, you broom, maybe that's the word. You broom your house every day for like 5 minutes. At the end of the week, when you have to do the deep cleaning or whatever, it's not much you have to do. You feel confident. You feel okay, someone can come in or something, because it's something that you're doing so often that you don't have to go as deep as you were, because it's something that you already know. It's something that you can do already. So I really like about this, because when I started the business, I knew what I like. I know that was for me, but I was like, I don't feel confident on it. Like I'm not going to talk about it to people, because I wasn't perfect yet. I wasn't getting those big shakes in the beginning, like other people. So I was like, I'm not perfect yet. I don't feel confident at talking about the business. And I think that making impact on my business itself, because actually in the beginning I wasn't um, doing any action, doing anything to touch base with people about my business, because I was waiting for the perfect moment. And that's if you're like me, we're telling you that in any way that will just hurt you, no, it will not embrace you. So just show up every day, do a video today, do a post, and continuously doing it, and you will see that in 3 months from now, in 6 months from now, you will be perfect. You will know what to say to people. You will know what your brand is. you will feel more confident about what you're doing because you know it. And how you know it? Because you practice, because you do it every day. You put a little bit every day. You build it. And that's how you get perfection on the run. It's not going for perfection from the first day, it's going for repetition and action. And that in the run, it will be perfect. So you will be a perfect person, like you will have like know how to do a posting really good on Canva or whatever, or really good at responding your leads or your people they're with it, doing reels, videos, or whatever it is. But you have to put action on it, and then you will start seeing those results. So everyone that's watching us, they want to start something, don't wait for that perfect moment. Just feel confidence, take action, day by day, you will get there.
Yeah, thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, you guys talk a lot about the topic. So I'm just gonna give quick example of each. Like confidence come from action, not perfection. Yeah. So um, you build the confidence, and many times, like we just jump to the water. A good example, like I don't like to speak in public. Okay, but when I was in school, for example, in college, and then you have to do that presentation in front of the class. I got no choice. I have to do it. Otherwise I get bad mark. But I always feel like nervous, and I start like my hands get cold, and I start like thinking, and nervous. But as I go through my presentation, I start getting more, building that confidence. But you gotta jump to the water. You gotta take action to build that confidence. 'Cause that's the only way you're gonna be able to do it. And the same thing, like at work, every time that I started at work, especially when I went from one new position that, went up the ladder, I was nervous because I was like, oh my God, it's new now, I'm going to be able to do this new position, like you got to do it. But I'm scared, uh, because I didn't have that confidence in something new that I was going to do. But yeah, so you gotta build, you gotta jump in and take action. So we build confidence, bit by bit. And a good example of this, if we're talking about this online business journey, for me, I don't like to be in front of the camera. So how I build that confidence and I move to do lives, well, I started recording myself, every time, and do retakes and retakes until eventually I got comfortable seeing myself in the camera. And then from there, I got the courage to go and press that live button. So it's just bit by bit, small baby steps that will take you to build that confidence. Just, like we see the ladder there, like time for action, just step by step. And then you build that confidence. So for the second one, we show up for every life. Yeah, that is the same thing, when we started our first live, we were very green. We didn't know what to say. We were scared every time that we pressed that go live button. But as we went through, doing it every time that we show up to do the lives, it became better and better. And now we don't get that nervous. I mean, the fear always. So I just want to clarify: the fear always will come. Okay, so you will feel it, but you will overcome that fear, because from time to times, that's for me. I don't know for Isabel and Jesse, but for me, from time to times, I don't know why, I get that fear, when we're going live. But then, once we start that live, then that the fear disappear. But yeah, sometimes that fear will come up, but you just gotta do it, and then you will overcome that fear. Confidence is like a muscle. Yes. The more we use it, the longer, so it's kind of like repetition, repetition. So that's how you build that confidence. um for example, and I give you another example that is not alive. So when you do something that, uh for example, setting up your for your ads, at
Mm.
first, I didn't know how to do it. I had to like watch and do, because I didn't have that confidence and I didn't want to make a mistake. Okay. So I started to do more and help others, and through helping others, because I was doing it again and again, that's how I started to build that confidence. And now, I do it, I check from time to time just to make sure I didn't miss anything, but I can do it, on my own without looking at it. And that's how you build that confidence. So it's like the muscle. The more you do it, it comes like that. It's like when you're riding a bike, same thing. Um, it took me a long time to learn a bike. Thanks to a brother of a friend of mine who was the one who taught my sister and I. I was able to learn how to ride a bike. But yeah, I felt so many times, um, to until I finally got it. And then when I did it, I was able to do it. And now, I know how to ride a bike. So it's just, building that confidence, that muscle. It's the same thing. Another example of that is the mindset. You know, the mindset is also like a muscle. If you don't build that muscle, and it kind of is related to this, to the confidence. Mindset and confidence is the same thing, kind of thing. Um, because many times we think we have that mindset. For example, like you have the right mindset. Well, that's what I thought when I started this business, but guess what? On my journey, I find out that I didn't have a strong mindset. And that's when I learned that you have to feed your mindset every day. So just like the here we mentioned, the muscle, because that's what is going to keep you, to become, stronger, resilient, and all that. So yeah, so pretty much, Isabella and Jesse already explained everything. So I just wanted to give you quick examples, how we build confidence along the way in our journey, like different scenarios. Okay, so let's go into our next. Oh, we have a question here. So what's one action you have taken recently that made you feel braver? So let us know in the comment. Curious, drop it in the comments, because this is for different scenario. It doesn't have to be only about business. It could be anything in life, like we mentioned. Starting a new position as a job, or doing something that you don't feel comfortable. So put it in the comment. Let us know. We're curious. And um, so when you did it, how you felt? If you can elaborate a little bit more, that'd be good. Okay, so next point.
We have a comment, Sandy.
Oh yes, sorry. So we have a comment of Perlita Maxino de Guzman. Thank you, Perlita. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Perlita.
She's saying, hello, my favorite ladies. Love to watch you live. So many insights to learn. Thank you. Thank you so much for your comment and for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you, Perlita. All right, so let's go for our tip number 2. Here's are some practicals way we build confidence as entrepreneurs, even on those shaky days. Are you ready? Okay, so the first one is start before you are ready. Perfection is a myth. Forgot about perfection. We're not going for perfection, okay? Start small and improve as you go. All right? Second, celebrate small wins. Very important to keep motivated. Every step forward counts. Keep your win list to track your progress and boost your mindset. Okay, ready? Let's go for the third one. Surround yourself with support. A support system will always help you to keep going. Being part of the positive community like this one, our online business, it reminds us that we are not alone. Number 4, speak affirmation or affirmations. Yes, is that right?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes.
speak affirmations daily. Words matter. Learn that. So stop with the negative thoughts, stop with the negative words. Okay, keep positive, speak positive. Remember, words matter. Tell yourself, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm becoming who I am meant to be. So this is really important, and we're talking about this because, guys, in the beginning I was like you. I was not confident on myself. I didn't believe on my growth, so I didn't follow these steps. I was helpful enough that the community that I found and this business that we're talking about give you all these resources and help you to grow. But if you are out there as entrepreneur trying to start a business, jewelry, whatever it is, and you want to start small, these are big steps that it will help you to keep confident. It will help you to keep going, because we all want to get to the end, but we don't want to see the whole path, or the whole street. So just keep confidence up, keep going, keep doing it. Things they learn, when we say start before you're ready, it's like it's about information, it's about knowledge. Make sure that you know even if you don't know, just make sure that you do something every day. Maybe you are not expert and you don't know how to post online, or you don't know how to talk about your business, or you don't know how to make that coffee that you want to sell. How you start? Doing it. You start learning first. You want to know what the benefit of that coffee that you want to sell. You want to know the benefit of whatever you're selling. You want to know the benefits, what is good for you, what can improve to a person, and what can you do to help, to someone that want that you're offering. Okay, so learning, maybe we think, oh, okay, that's maybe I'm not building myself, I'm not growing. Yes, you are. you know when you keep going, you keep learning. Maybe in 3 months from now, if you have a prosper lead or a prosper person that want to buy you that, then you start talking to them and you start giving that information. Guess what? You convince it. Why? Because you learn, and that improve daily. It will help you. Okay, so celebrate your wins. We always talk about this guy. Doesn't matter how big or small, just always celebrate that you wake up today. Celebrate that you were able to post today. Celebrate that you contact someone today. Celebrate that you were able to do a video, do an ad, to do whatever it is. Celebrate, because if you celebrate, you're boosting, you feel more confident. And remember, we're not talking about perfection. We don't want that video be like the boom. We don't know, but how will get there? Step by steps, but celebrate, because if you celebrate, you feel you can't, you feel more confident now. You feel you can do it, and you will see your growth. You will see your growth from the day before or from the month before, because maybe 3 months ago you were not able to do it, but now you are, even if it's a small thing. Okay, the support system, I think we're always talking about this, is our community as well. We have a big community and we are thankful for it, but sometimes when you start something, you don't have that help. Even your close families, or your close friends, they will be the first one that will tell you, you're not ready, that's not for you. So if you are on that situation, start to yourself with people. They will embrace you. They will say, you can do it, I believe on you. If you believe on this, you can do it. Okay, or what we can do to support you. You need like 5 minutes of your time. Like your friends, you need 5 minutes to post a video. Your friends, if they really support you, they will allow you those 5 minutes. They will be like, okay, no, again, there you go with the picture. We all been there, but surrounded by people, they will support you. They will be there for you, because it will remind you, like, you're not the only one. It will remind you that when you have those shaky days, when you have those bad moments, they will be there for you. We said, okay, it's time to cry. Good for you. All right, now let's get up and let's keep going. You need someone that tell you that. And something that I learned with the time that I'm still working on it is a speak affirmation daily. That's something that we never thought about it, but remember, what you put out there is always go back to you. So Sometimes I'm really bad at it. I was really bad at it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Why can't no understand this? Why? And I always was talking negative toward me, because I was like, why they can't, like, why I don't get this, and in a way I was putting myself down, and that's not good. And I learned, and I still working on it. And now on I wake up, I do my affirmations. So if you're knowing affirmation, you should be. Just wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, say you can do it. You are healthy, you are well, you are learning, you are growing, and you will see how your date and your morning will change. That's what I have to say for you. Oh, sorry. There's a pro tip. I didn't read this part. So, our pro tip for you. So, confident isn't loud. It's quiet belief in your potential, even if the others don't see it yet.
Thank you, Yessie. And this points here about start before you're ready, celebrate small wins, surround yourself with support, and speak affirmations daily. I know when I started this business, I wasn't ready at all. Like I wasn't ready, and I knew I wasn't ready because I didn't know anything, right? But I had one thing very clear in my mind. I wanted to be a better version. I wanted to invest in myself, and I wanted to, learn more and just get confidence from this business. And I wasn't ready. In fact, my heart kept telling me this is the opportunity you've been looking for, but my mind kept telling me you're not going to be able to do it, right? And there's this like a fight, right? Like, okay, I want to do it, but I don't know if I can do it. But I decided to go for it because I always wanted something that I could do, from home, something that will, benefit me and my family. And this was a perfect fit because I could do this business. And at the time when I started, I was doing a full-time job, and I was, taking care of my family and doing this business. But the more I did it and the more I learned about it, the more I love the opportunity, right? Because it has so many things. It has so many things that improve me and that really let me grow, like let myself grow in so many ways, not just get more time with my family, but it has shown me so many things that before I didn't know. And working on my mindset, surrounding myself with the right people that are going to challenge me, people that are going to inspire me. And sometimes we don't have that around us. We don't have people around us that will believe in what we're doing and that will cheer us on, right? But that's why we have our community. Our community is there, for us to get inspired and to get motivated. And you find so many people in here that that they have the same goals in mind, people that have had so many similarities with you growing up, or maybe they have some of the challenges that you had. And as a mother, there's so many people that are always looking, like especially moms, we're always looking for to find the best thing for our families, right? For our kids, for their future. So having that community around you is really motivating, and finding a group of people that you can work with, right? Like we are here today, collaborating in this life. We have our own business, but we found each other in this journey, and we're so glad and so happy, and we connected really well. And so now we have this great and amazing friendship. And it's always important to celebrate the wins, because a lot of times we focus so much on achieving our big goal that we don't see that the small wins that we're doing weekly, monthly. And if you don't see those, if you don't enjoy your journey, then you're always going to be stressed and you're going to be worried about everything else. So you have to take the time to really see all the things that you have done. And if you write down all the things that you're doing weekly, you're going to see how much you're learning and how much wins you have had, but a lot of times we don't take the time to appreciate those small wins. And it's very important that we do, because that will give you the motivation to keep going. When you see your self growth and when you see all the things that you're achieving, that's going to be the fuel that you need to keep going, right? So don't overlook that. And then speak affirmations. Before, I could never, like, I was always running. Like, I got up, my alarm went off, I jumped out of the bed and I was running, because I felt like I was always running late, right? Trying to get myself ready, trying to get my kids ready, driving them to the theater, going to work. I didn't have time to do any affirmations. I didn't have time to do, time for prayer, time to be grateful for the things that I had, because I felt like I was always running behind. But that's something that we learn in this business. You have to take the time and you have to be grateful for the things that you have. Even if you don't have that much, be grateful for the things that you have, because there's other people out there that have less than you have. But they said that be grateful for what you have and you will get more of what you're being grateful for. So always take the time to be grateful. And that time for affirmations. I started doing this not long ago, and I talk to myself in the mirror, right? um, and I have apologized so many times to myself, because before, when I saw myself, I was always looking at all the defects that I have. Like, oh my God, you need to lose weight. Oh, look at your face. You have dark circles around your eyes. And I was always looking for those imperfections. But now, when I see myself in the mirror, and when I talk to myself, I'm thanking myself for the time that I'm taking to invest in me, because I'm unstoppable, because I am a person of belief, because I can achieve great things, right? Because I look beautiful to myself, because I have the blessing to be able to get up every day and to be on my feet and to be able to see and hear and do the things that I need to do. So we really have to be careful with the things that we say to ourselves, because a lot of times we're so unkind to ourselves. That a lot of times, the way you have to think about it, if you had a friend and you told them everything that you tell yourself, will they still be your friends? Probably not, right? So if you couldn't say it to other people, why do you say it to yourself? You just need to be kind to yourself and be loving to yourself, and always thank and believe in you, because at the end, you're everything you have to achieve the dreams that you have. You're the one who has to go after them, and you have to embrace yourself and know that you're enough to keep going. So that's what I have to add.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jessie. Yeah, so you guys have said a lot about these points. I just go quickly, just for each point. So start before you're ready. Yeah, don't wait for the perfect time. We always say like, oh, well, I'm gonna wait for the perfect time to do this. No, just do it. Because that's the only way that you're gonna start building that confidence. The other one, celebrate small wins. Yes, Isabel mentioned that, which is true. You want to write your small wins and in a notebook, or in a place where you have it. And why you want to have that? Because when you feel down, this online business journal will have its ups and downs. So when you feel down, you can go back to your journal, where you have all those small celebrations, and those small celebrations will keep you motivated. Like, you were able to achieve that, so you know what, keep going, because you're gonna achieve more milestones that will get you to where you want to go. So yeah, celebrate them along the way. Surround yourself with support. Yes, especially for new people. Like, there's some people that they just like to be on their own bubble. You gotta step out of your comfort zone and reach out to the community, because that's the only way that you're gonna be able to grow and to be able to learn faster, communicating with others, learning from each other. And you will get that emotional support, because uh members in our community, they are ahead of us, of our journey. So they already understand what you're going through. So they're going to be able to guide you and to help you bounce back and keep on track again. Speaking affirmations daily, yeah. Jesse mentioned a good way to do it. The mirror, looking at yourself and saying those affirmations. That's a good one. The other one that I would say too is you can record yourself saying all these affirmations and then listen to your own voice, because your own voice will make more effect. It will work on your subconscious mind, which is the one that is creating those self doubts and those things. So when your subconscious mind hear your voice, it's going to be more effective for you to be able to change those negative thinking, and turn it, into a positive thinking. So, speaking affirmations daily will help you to shift that mindset. Um, from depending, what you want to work. Like, there's different affirmations for different areas. So what you want to work, just listen to it, and repeat it at the same time. And when you're sleeping, you can put your recording of your own voice, and then your subconscious mind will be hearing that. Um, so about the last one, the pro tip. Yeah, this is the other. Confidence is based on believing in yourself, even when you don't know if you're gonna be able to do it. So that's one of the main things, like to be an entrepreneur, okay? You have to believe in yourself, even if you don't have all the skills, even if you don't have all the knowledge, because really you don't need all that. You can build that along the way. Those are skills that you can build on. What it is required, what is important that you have is that belief in yourself, because that's what is going to push you going forward and do the things that you have to do to be able to achieve whatever you want. So believe in yourself will help you to build that confidence, and just do all the things that we have say. Um, so what is the takeaway?
Okay, the takeaway is if you're just starting out, remember you're not behind, you're building. Confidence grows every time you show up, speak up, and step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, so that's the takeaway. So, confidence grows every time. So, the more we practice, the more it grows. So, we have a comment here from Patrick Noah. So, he says, Hi. Hi,
Hi,
Patrick. Thank you
Hi,
so
Patrick.
much.
Good
And
Patrick.
thank you for your
morning.
comment. Okay. I think, yeah. All right, so we have arrived to the end of our live. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And I apologize for my internet. I don't know. This past week it has been really bad. Um, so yeah, we want to say thank you to our followers too for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. For those who doesn't follow us, you can follow us up here on the top to get to know us, who we are, what type of content we post, and more information about the business. Um, so we want to thank everyone for the comments today and also for the emojis. So for the emojis, we have Patrick Noah, Max Lopez, um, that have sent those emojis. So thank you so much for
Thank you so
watching with
much.
us
Thank
and for your
you.
emojis. Um, in addition to that, so if you love the topic from today, building that confidence, something that we record not only in the business, but also in our regular life, shifting that mindset and start building that confidence, if you didn't catch it from the beginning, catch the replay and watch it. We provide very good tips, and, we share our experiences in there. So if you want to share your experience, something that, relates to the topic that we talked today, put it in the comments and let us know. We'll be happy to read it, and maybe another person in the community also will be get inspired with your message. So we are here to share, you know, because sharing is caring, and we are learning from each other. Um, if you want to learn how you want can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. In the When you register into the webinar, you receive an email that will have a link to register for the live webinar, which happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So that link will take you to a page that will have two buttons. So one for Tuesday, one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. You also get a replay link just in case you can't attend to the live webinar. That's not a problem. You can click this replay link and watch the webinar, at your own convenience. In addition to that, we invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. So you're free to browse around the entire group, ask questions in there. And then when you're ready, you can proceed to the next step. Uh, so you probably wonder, okay, so what am I going to be watching on the webinar? Well, on the webinar, you're going to be seeing, how our online business plan works. And you get to hear from the panelists of the webinar who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So make sure that you watch it completely, to be able to fully understand how this online business work. And also you are able to do your due diligence. And also, you get invited to a private Facebook group. So join, to see for yourself, and ask question and browse, inside. It's free information, for you to do your due diligence to find out if this online business opportunity is for you or not. Okay, saying that, let's find out who is the host and panelist for this past Thursday's live webinar.
Okay, just like Sandy said, if you want to learn more about this business, please register on any of the websites on the screen and learn more about this opportunity. So our host and panelist from last Thursday, our host was Jim. He is a pastor. We had Jay, she's a resigned educator. Marissa Nee is a retiree, and Eden is a former caregiver.
We also had Kia, she's a stay-at-home mom, Dana, an IT manager, Tashi, a stay-at-home mom, and Maria, a retired nurse educator. So all these people were on a live webinar. Remember, this was April 10th. And they share their journey on the online space and why specific choose this business. So if you want to know more and want to know how to get access to the next live webinar, remember our Tuesdays and Thursday, you just register in any of our links and you will get access at it. Remember, 5 p.m. PDT or Pacific or 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Thank you, Jessie. Thank you, Isabel. So our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And our replays have subtitles in several languages. So now you know how you can start your online business. So again, you can register in any of the websites on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. We do have another emoji here that I miss. It's from Melissa Sony. So Melissa Sony, thank you for watching. Thank you for your heart
Melissa,
Thank you
emoji.
thank
for
you.
watching. Thank you, Melissa.
Okay, so let's find out what is our topic for next Monday.
All right, our topic for next Monday is content planning made easy. How to stay consistent without the stress. Are you ready? Next Monday, connect with us and we give you some tips and ideas on how to do it.
Yes, so that's the topic for next week. So we want to say thank you everyone for joining us today on our Global Digital Success Talk. So until then, keep showing up for your dreams. You're more capable than you think. So see you next week. Have a wonderful and blessed Monday for those who are on Monday, and have a wonderful and blessed Tuesday for those who are on Tuesday. And have a wonderful and blessed week for everyone. So thank you again for watching and being here with us. And until the next episode of the
Global
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 Digital
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 Success
Success
success talk.
Talk.
Talk. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you
God
for
bless you.
watching. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed
Bye.
day.